Вот, сука, что это такое? Че, вот это что ли надо, онлайн бета? Или что это такое нахуй? Что это за хуйня, блядь? А чё, все, этот бета-тест закончился, что ли, блядь? Кто не знает? Что за хуйня, блядь? Это что такое? Сука, это все не то, по-моему, блядь. А, вот она, сетевая игра. Так, да, прочитал, отправить.
Okay, Sheriff. Here they are.
Tell the Marshal this ain't how we do things here. But I'll oblige him this once. All right. Let's see what we got. It's got to be one of you. Okay, you, head through there. I'm gonna need your details. Take the time and get this right. From what I hear, you ain't leaving us anytime soon. We're gonna need a fair record of you.
Сука, какого сделал, блядь?
Tell me everything except that you're innocent. I'd find that hard to believe. Quite a record we'll have on you. You're lucky you were caught, you know. The way the town feels about what happened, you were likely to be shot. It's a process, all right, but a necessary one. you doing with that? Okay then. Yep.
Я видел Марата. Ну чё нельзя подтвердить?
Well, then you need your portrait took. I'll need to see your fingers, palms,
Смотри, какую я жабу создал.
hold it.
Ай, блин. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Так. Ну, только что-то у меня шмот какой-то беспонтовый. Глаза закрыл.
Jackson! Officer Jackson, move those prisoners! Officer Benton! Kitchens ain't staffed! Officer Townsend, those rocks ain't gonna break themselves. What are you standing there for? Get moving! What are you looking at? Go on, get moving!
You with the hammer, and you'll do. We need to perform a work detail out in Valentine.
Видел,
Come on,
какого я
get in.
создал.
Open the gate. Come on, Milliken. Yeah.
I tell you what, old Jameson is a wretched, sour old bastard, and no mistake.
You lot stay calm in there.
You aren't saying nothing.
Well, you are now. Shut up.
You know, my wife has acquired ideas significantly above her station. She's been reading too many goddamn books. Personally, I'm against education. Of women, I mean. And men, I guess. Unnecessary. Doesn't add much to the world. Education.
Good day, gentlemen. Oh. Don't do anything stupid. Nobody gets shot. Act like fools, and the pair of you will be dead within a minute. Now, what are your names?
Jenkins and Milliken.
Well, Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Milliken, throw your guns to the ground and get on down here. That's it. Very glad to meet you. It's not worth being rash. You boys get paid a salary. You get that salary whether these people escape or not. Your wives presumably want you alive. Let them out.
Так,
Now, please.
давай
Okay.
выпускай меня,
Okay.
жаба.
You all run away. Aside from you. Try to stay out of trouble. This is a stroke of good fortune for all of you. Use it.
Че он сказал? Все бегите,
Now,
кроме
Mr.
меня.
Jenkins and Mr. Milliken, be so kind as to quickly run away before somebody gets shot entirely unnecessarily. Go on, don't look back. Mr. Went, I believe it was $50 we agreed on.
It was.
Here's 50 each.
Each?
Yes. Now get out of here, both of you. My employer and I appreciate your professionalism.
All we did was stand there and look tough.
And you did it fantastically well. Good day, gentlemen. Now, sir, how about you pick up these guns and we move out? My mistress is waiting for us.
Я такого специально сделал. 25 лет ему.
Then you better get on this horse.
Так, что надо делать?
It's not much of an animal, but they haven't got far to ride. Yeah, I waited on them moving you some weeks. I can wait a while longer. Ready? Wonderful. I hope you'll forgive the secrecy. My employer particularly values discretion. My name is Mr. Horley, by the way. 6 months at Sisika Penitentiary, awaiting a hanging for a murder you did not commit. Must have felt a whole lot longer, my friend. You still seem strong, though. I mean, doesn't look like breaking all those rocks has left you entirely broken, in body or in spirit. I hope I am right about that.
Тут такой онлайн, да? Не такой, как в GTA вообще. Сейчас глянем, что тут. За этим хуем поскакали. Давай, ускоряйся, лошадка. Вперед. Давай, уходим от него в точку. Слабого коня дали, блин, он даже не уходит.
You've been away for a while, so we'll help you get set up in the world. Then if you want to accept our offer, you can. That's more than reasonable. And freedom out on the range can wait a few moments longer, can't it? Good. As soon as we're done, you can find your old posse. Or try and start a new one. You'll have money in your pocket to go to the store with. And there'll be chances to make more, if that's what you're after. And chances to raise hell, too, if you feel you're in the need of them. Okay.
О, тут тоже как миссии, что ли, надо выполнять. Ё-моё.
Just up here. There's the camp. Get your horse.
Все просто подойти тупо и спиздить коня, что ли? Что надо сделать? Да блядь, хули так медленно идет, заебал. Давай беги к коню.
way. She's anxious to meet you.
А чё, там дофига миссий, что ли, еще надо будет?
Madam, we're back.
Hello. Jessica Leclerc, how do you do? What did you tell him?
Nothing, as we discussed.
Thank you, Hawley. I do hope we haven't inconvenienced you dreadfully. But seeing as you were due to be hanged in a week, I'm sure you don't object too strongly. I know you're innocent. Well, not perhaps exactly innocent, but not guilty of what you were accused. I know you and those who were with you that died were little more than patsies, and that you were set up by one of 3 men or a woman, possibly by all of them. I can't be sure, but that is all I know so far.
And one of these people also made Mrs. Leclerc a widow.
And I will avenge my husband's death, so help me God. But I will not avenge it upon them who did not cause it, or caused it unwittingly. Anyway, I'm sure this is all a touch confusing and melodramatic. Where are my manners? Hawley, please show our guests to their tent and give them some fresh clothes to put on.
Very good, madam.
Then serve us both a little refreshment.
Certainly, madam. This way. You'll find a change of clothes in there, alongside a few other items you might need, a lasso, a knife, and a lantern, I believe.
Ебать, что такая за уебанская одежда, нахуй. Ну ладно, возьмем этот кепиш. Чисто такой басявый. Ебать, чё, жилета нету никакого, нахуй. Сука, что за уебанский. Эти сапожки грамотные. Ебать, что за мне такой беспонтовый шмот дали. Пиздец, тут ничего нету, да. Нахуй без перчаток.
That looks more comfortable. Hawley,
Here, madam.
you're very good health. I suppose it beats dying, hmm?
Mrs. Leclerc's husband was murdered by one of his business partners.
And I intend to find out which one. Or rather, I intend for you to find out.
В натуре такая жаба
You're the
получилась.
only person I could possibly trust to do whatever it takes. Because you and your accomplices, you're the only other victims of their lies still alive.
Это...
See, you walked into the town at
Насос ты
approximately
у
the
меня,
same
армян
time my
какой-то.
husband was shot in the back, but by another gun, firing different bullets to those you possessed when you were arrested. These bullets, this was their mistake. You were rounded up and sentenced to death, all because you came to town and didn't talk too much and seemed like you were nasty. Anyway, here they are, the people who run Blackwater. Mr. Jeremiah Shaw, banker, real estate speculator, and crook, Mr. Amos Lansing, ranch owner, speculator, and crook. Mrs. Grace Lansing, his wife. Society
Блин, ну
patroness,
чё там?
lover of the arts.
Давай уже.
Crook,
Здорово, мать.
former best friend. Teddy Brown, her disgraced brother. Outlaw, wanted
Чё, надо вот
man,
этих
and
завалить,
still
что
in
ли?
contact with them. All I ask of you is your help in finding out
Узнать,
quite what
что
happened.
случилось на
Mrs.
самом
Leclerc
деле.
would like to help you get back on your feet.
Помочь вам
Get back to
да,
work.
вернуться
Whatever
к
your
работе,
work may be,
работе,
I don't
желаем
judge.
подышать.
You want to rob? Rob.
You
You want to save innocent folk? Do that as well. But you need me just as much as I need you. I think we all understand each other.
I hope we do.
Good. I look forward to rewarding you for killing those who made me a widow. My husband was a true believer in this country and in the West. He was killed for greed. Foul greed when there's quite enough for everybody. I don't care what your scruples are as to killing. I will take the full burden of that sin upon my shoulders. Goodbye. For now.
Забавно, пиздеть надо
Then
уже
Hawley,
двигаться
go
куда-то.
introduce him to nice Mr. Cripps.
I think you'll like Cripps well enough. He's long past his prime, of course, but he hasn't gone entirely crazy just yet. And he will help you, better than most of his ilk. Cripps! Get up!
Hello, partner. Harley.
This is your new boss.
Oh, pleased to meet you, partner. J.B. Cripps at your service.
We'll pay to get your camp established. Mrs. Leclerc is a generous benefactor.
And, where are we headed?
Так, что надо сделать? Ой, что-то не то.
Oh, sir. While Cripps is establishing your camp, perhaps you can go to the station and see the clerk. Then head to see Clay Davies. He's a horse thief and not a terribly nice one. Then meet Cripps back at your camp.
See you shortly, boss.
Good luck.
Чё, куда? А, не сюда. Все, погнали. На старый кляч. Смотри, как уходит в точку просто. Нету. Смотри, лошадь просто в шоке. Старая клячка. Опа, это кто она? Сейчас пойдем кого-нибудь для прикола зарежем. Ну ты, сука. Съебывай. Все, погнали, погнали, уходим отсюда. Давай, старая причина.
Well, hell, I'm sorry. Good Lord.
Hello. You must be Harley's friend. He's one of us. He said you also were a discouraged man. I'm very discouraged. Disappointed Alden, that's me. Anyway, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I find your reticence charming. Real charming. By the way, I heard you might want to earn a little money. Well, some gentlemen have been robbing our stages, and they are not part of the club, if you catch my meaning. If you can make them go away, I'm sure they will have something of interest to you. They're up in Cumberland Forest. See what you can do, okay? Here, by the way, a catalog. The latest issue. Just came into this armpit from a land more civilized. And if all works out, well, my colleagues and I move around these stations as needed. And all of us are very discouraged. We'll all
Так.
a fellow sufferer with pertinent information. Good afternoon, sir.
Takes a bit to rattle me, but
Кто там?
How are you? Get the law.
Что за хуйня, блядь? Кто это нахуй? А? Сука, ебаный пидорас. Кто это такой был, блядь? Пошла старая ключина, блядь. Да ебать, нахуй тут какая-то другая. Смотри, как старуха прет просто. На изи. Че надо найти какое-то логово, где оно? Хуя себе, блядь. Эх, я запалился что-то. Тихоря. Ты, сука, не в ту сторону. За бочку, за бочку. Ой, блядь, что-то такое, автоприцела нет. Ёбаный брат. Знаете, сука. Кто это, кто это? Ты куда целишься, вот же он. Отсюда не вижу, откуда стреляет. Ёбаный. Сука, давай винтовку нахуй, блин, вырубать посерьезнее. Ох ты. У-у-у!
I know what you're thinking. It's a trick. Let's be real clear. Here, take this.
Да ну мне что-то нахуй не нравится, блядь. Что? А, надо карту посмотреть. Блин, ну где тут по местности что-то обыскать? Тут что-то ничего нет или? Где сундук с сокровищами? Сука, я не пойму, где этот ебучий сундук, блядь. Нахуй, тут нет никакого ебаного сундука, блядь. Так, ладно, короче, пойдем в танки в пизду. Что-то мне какая-то хуйня не нравится мне нахуй.